AJ McKee versus Patricio Pitbull. What actually happened? This is the full post-fight breakdown for what was an insane and historic moment as far as mixed martial arts go. AJ McKee 18-0, dethrones the long-stay champion, greatest Bellator fighter of all time, Patricio Pitbull. It was beyond impressive. Now, how did he win this fight? Well, the first thing you noticed is McKee controlled the range extremely well. Normally, Pitbull's able to pressure guys, get them moving on the back foot, and that's where he's able to do his best work. No, McKee gave no ground to Patricio Pitbull. Granted, he also had a length advantage. He was taller, he was longer. He used a knee stomp early to start the fight. I liked it. Technically, lead leg, side kick. Was controlling the center of the cage, chopping down at the legs of Patricio Pitbull. On the side of Pitbull, he was hesitant to enter the pocket. Obviously, the reach advantage would do that, knowing McKee does have decent hands. He's kind of extremely well-rounded. I mean, he's been practicing mixed martial arts since he was such a young child, his father also being a professional fighter. Pitbull did attack the legs hard a bit himself, but the superior attack was definitely on the side of AJ McKee. After the leg kicks, Pitbull was maybe thinking low a bit too much. McKee threw a beautiful high kick. It lands perfectly on the side of the head of Patricio Pitbull. He was badly hurt. He follows up with epic combination punches and puts him down at 1:57 seconds in the first round. Now, he didn't get the knockout there. Really, he celebrated for a moment, so it was earlier. The ref didn't stop the fight. He jumped back on him. Pitbull recovers for a moment. AJ McKee then sinks in a super tight guillotine. I know some people felt, oh, maybe Pitbull wasn't out. The stoppage was early. He was clearly hurt badly from the strikes. And then he was locked into that submission. There was no getting out. He would have went to sleep. I think he was pretty much out of it when the ref stopped it because he did not complain and he looked mentally disorientated when he was against the cage. I think that's a very legit win for AJ McKee. He put it on Pitbull. He proved himself to be the Bellator champ. He wins $1 million. Amazing moment. Now the featherweight champion, the Grand Prix champion. And what is next for AJ McKee, because he just became the hottest prospect outside of the UFC? Well, assuming he stays at Bellator, names for him, I truly believe he's going to jump a weight class and he's going to fight Patricio Pitbull for a second time. They're going to do it for that 155-pound title. I think McKee has a lot of interest in becoming a double champion. That would be a serious opportunity. It would be a massive rematch. As long as Pitbull's been on top, I do believe he deserves the rematch, but I don't think it'll be at 45. I think it's going to be up a weight class at 55 with Pitbull now defending the belt that hasn't been defended in way too long. That 155-pound division is kind of at a stalemate, though, because I believe there's no clear-cut contender at this point. You have guys towards the top, Mamedov, Sidney Outlaw, Patricio Pitbull, the brother of Patricio. I know Josh Thompson on the broadcast talked about if they potentially would do Patricio versus McKee, but Patricio's coming off a loss to Peter Queally. I don't think that's extremely likely they would do that. I would say it's actually unlikely. I think we're going to see him move up, fight Patricio for a second time. A second option that I think is less likely would be he stays at 45 and he looks to defend his belt. I believe that title defense would probably have to be against a clear-cut, I guess, contender, but really not that clear-cut, just the next guy in line. It would be Adam Borish. Manuel Sanchez lost also tonight against Mads Burnell, who's a super hot prospect on the rise. I think that matchup between Burnell and McKee could potentially happen down the line, but not yet. Burnell needs at least one more, I believe. And then the next guy, number 3, would be Borish, so it would have to be him. But I really don't think that makes a lot of sense. I don't think Borish is ready for that fight against McKee either. We'll see what they do, but I would be more inclined to see the Patricio Pitbull rematch. Another option, maybe somehow he gets called over to the UFC because AJ McKee's a red-hot prospect outside of it. I know he's had talks with Dana White in the past. Don't know for sure if that would happen, but it definitely could potentially. For his opponent, Patricio, he's going to need to find a way to get inside on AJ McKee. I suspect that McKee will come out as a pretty massive favorite in the rematch, and I'm not surprised. If they do fight again, extremely hard path to victory for Patricio Pitbull. It'll be extremely hard for him with his stature, his miles, and his loss that's going to be in his mind to beat AJ McKee in a rematch. Love this prospect. McKee is red hot at 145. Excited to see what the future holds for him. I hope you guys enjoyed this What Actually Happened video. Make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here too. And I will see you all in the next video.